Secure your place to join Coach Bruce Pearl and the Tigers in Auburn Arena by making a season ticket deposit today for just $50. Call 855-AUB-2010 or log on to aubtix.com for more information. War Eagle.
I'm back. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I won't say, because it felt so good, I won't say it again. War Eagle! I'm Bruce Pearl, and welcome to this week's edition of This is Auburn Basketball. This week I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. Practice times, and our philosophy of scheduling. You know, I want the players to look forward to come to practice. I want them to know that we're going to keep score, that we're going to compete at every drill that we run. Practices won't be about just drill work, although sometimes you can break some things down and teach and really get specific if you're doing 2-on-2 or 3-on-3 or even 4-on-4 basketball. But I want to play the game. I want to play 5-on-5. I've got a holistic approach to how I like to teach the game, and then we'll obviously break it down into smaller components. I know that if I keep practices moving and we keep a fairly quick pace and the guys are always playing and they're not standing around, that's how we're going to play the game. It's only a 40-minute game, so therefore I rarely will practice for more than 2 hours. I've got to find a way to shorten things up and get us to play in spurts, get us to play with greater intensity for shorter periods of time. And as I've mentioned before, I do like to play a lot of players, so practices will move fairly quickly. Our practices are open. They're open to the public. Maybe the day before a game when we're putting in a particular scout, we'll lock the doors and put some paper over the windows. But I'm inviting you to come in and watch our practices. Come see us teach. It is our classroom. And I'd be honored to have you be able to watch our guys train. I think the second thing about practice, sometimes I've been asked the question is, why do you sometimes practice early in the morning? I love to practice on Monday mornings, and particularly we're going to weight train on Monday mornings. In season, it's hard to find times to lift weights. The guys are concerned about their legs, they're concerned about their shots. I'll try to take Sunday off. That's the Lord's Day. Do the best I possibly can to do that. So then Monday morning we'll get up early, we'll get a good lift in. In the off season we'll get some conditioning in, and we'll get the week started right. And I oftentimes like to go in conditioning on Friday mornings. And the reason's quite simple. Auburn's a fun place on Thursday nights, and I want to make sure my guys get in early enough to be able to get up early in the morning on Friday and to train. I love resistance training. I love plyometrics. I love bounding. I love training physically the tasks you need to do on the hardwood without always doing them on the hardwood. That's why we've been in the football practice facility a couple of days a week, on the soft turf, on the soft grass, doing those physically demanding things, but doing it on turf and with footwear that is going to take pressure off those knees. That's why we're going to be bigger, and we're going to be stronger, and we're going to be faster through resistance training on those soft surfaces. And then finally, I wanted to visit with you a little bit about our scheduling philosophy. Right now, I'm not concerned about building a non-conference schedule whereby we can win a lot of games, give our guys confidence, and then head into SEC play and have them be completely overwhelmed. I think it's important that we set a schedule as to where we want Auburn basketball to be. And that's a top 25 program. We're not there. Right now, we're not even close to being there. But that's where so many other sports are on this campus. And so therefore, I'm going to challenge our student athletes. I'm going to place them in harm's way and give them a schedule that's probably going to be too difficult for them. We'll be challenged to win some of those games. But when we do, it'll be significant. And they'll be confidence builders enough to then head into conference play and not be overwhelmed. Another thing that I like to do with our student athletes, I want to know from them, who do you want to play? Who did you grow up dreaming about playing? And see if I can get some of those games on the schedule. Because I've been coaching for 33 years. It's almost hard for me to find a team that we haven't played against. But for these guys, they got a 2, 3, 4-year window of an opportunity. And I like them to get involved in that. Do you want to play at Madison Square Garden? Is that something that you always dreamed about? Do you want to play in the Maui Invitational? You grew up watching that tournament Thanksgiving? I want to try to get our teams and put our teams in those places. And I just feel like that's part of my responsibility as a coach. So I hope you enjoyed today's visit about how we practice, where and when we practice, and who we might have on our schedule. I'm Coach Bruce Pearl, and this is Auburn Basketball.
Secure your place to join Coach Bruce Pearl and the Tigers in Auburn Arena by making a season ticket deposit today for just $50. Call 855-AUB-2010 or log on to aubtix.com for more information. War Eagle.